Hey, this is Chuck, and you are listening to Fans with Bands, the podcast where we talk to the fans and the bands they dig about life, music, and whatever the hell else we want to talk about. Today on Fans with Bands, we are talking to Gutter Swamp. Check it out. Nice. Hey, this is Chuck with Fans with Bands, and I'm talking to Mike from Gutter Swamp. Mike, how you doing?
I am doing great.
Awesome.
Doing swampy, actually.
Awesome. And we've got a couple of fans here. One is just has the name User, which is kind of crazy. And then there's Jennifer J. Jennifer, can you hear us? Looks like she's muted. Well, Jennifer, we hope you can hear us, and if you unmute, then you can chat with us. So there you go. All right. So Mike, Gutter Swamp, how did the band get formed? Because I'm curious about this.
All right. Well, it started out, I knew probably 5 or 6 different people that I wanted to jam with from doing booking shows.
Yeah.
And the way it added up is I just said, who do I really just want to hang out with and get to know better in the music scene? And people that I respected musically and personally. So I just reached out to a few people, and it was pretty instant that everybody just grabbed on. And then found a day that would work for us to all get together. And then within the first practice that we had, we wrote tidbits of probably 5, 6 different songs.
Oh shit. Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. So you guys got a new album coming out, and I was checking that out, and it's got those big, like burly riffs with that ton of groove. But I think the really crazy thing is you've got the you have the harmonica, that bluesy harp in there. So how did that happen?
That was kind of a joke, but it worked out. And the first song on our first release, Viceroy Cigar, they're chugging along to a riff. I was like, good, right here, the lead into the verse. And they're like, well, how does it go? How does it go? Making fun of me. And I was like, well, if I had something, like maybe even a harmonica. And then I was like, you know what? That's actually gold. I think that would work well. Let me see. And then I went on Amazon and snagged one. And at the next practice, I'm playing harmonica.
No shit. I love it. Crazy.
Right.
So you hadn't played harmonica before?
No. It was actually riffed from beatboxing a little bit, high school stuff like that, beatboxing so people can freestyle and stuff like that. Translated pretty well, actually, pretty easily.
That's awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, because I love how it's integrated into the tunes, and it sounds cool. It's like, I don't think I've ever heard a metal song that has harmonica in there, but it works because you guys have that kind of bluesy roots to your music.
Yeah, a lot of the 4/4 riffs and big booming drum hits,
Yeah, exactly. So what was you mentioned like that you guys, when you first practiced, you came up with like actually quite a few of those songs. What is that songwriting process like for you guys? What do you just jam and then come up with stuff?
Normal practice, show up and then vent a little bit about the day's habits and stuff like that. And then after that, jump on, loosen up with a song or 3, and then we just go wherever our head takes us that practice. If we want to work on a new song that we already have formed, then we jump on that. If there's something in somebody's head and we just want to get it down, we just go all over the place with it. We got a saying that we go by, if you force it, it's probably crap,
Right.
So we try to stay away from that. Just let it flow.
Yeah. No, that totally makes sense.
Good time, having fun,
Right. Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, if you're not having fun making your own music, then there's something fucking wrong.
Right. Yeah. It's definitely a hobby, and hobbies are fun.
Yeah.
I already have a job where I work 50 hours. I don't need another one of those.
Exactly. So when you guys were getting together, was there any like like did you all like have that same kind of basic background as far as the music that you wanted to make, or were there, certain elements that somebody brought to the table that kind of gave the unique feel for the band?
Well, everybody had previous projects that they were in already, and
Right.
everybody has vastly different inspiration as well. Um, you got the older guys that are more about the thrash scene and the old 80s metal and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then we got newer, younger guys in there that are more from like metalcore scene. And
Right.
then with me, I was big into hip hop in the 90s, all the, Biggie and Tupac and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then that branched into the new metal with Limp Bizkit and Korn and even Slipknot and all that.
Yeah.
Um, Kill Switch Engage, that's still metalcore, but it's got some of those vibes to it. But we're all over the place, and that's why when you come out to a show, I let everybody know off the bat, if you don't like the first song, wait till the next song. If you don't like that song, wait till the next song. They all got different vibes, they all got different influences, and you can see it with each one.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, there definitely is that transition between each of the tunes as far as like um, y- there's a core element of that kind of groove. They all have that kind of groove to them, but then there's little bits of I don't know if it's just like other hints of other genres in there. So that's a cool insight into that. Um, so the new is this your first album that you guys are putting out? That's coming out?
Yeah, this is our debut album, the self-titled album,
Nice,
and this
awesome.
Saturday is the release of that. We dropped a couple singles just to get everybody's reaction to it.
Yeah,
We've been playing these songs live for a while now,
right.
so it's cool to actually get it all on tape and then come up with the whole artwork and get it
Yeah,
all together. We wanted to get an actual physical album together because it's something different when you go to a show and you get that album in your hand and you're able to open it and check out the artwork and see
yeah,
what the musicians actually have to say on. And it's a little different than just click and play on YouTube,
yeah, for sure.
hits you a little different.
I mean, I'm old school, so I like the physical copy. I like to have the physical item as opposed to just digital's fine. It's cool, because you can have it on your phone, you can pull it up in your computer, whatever. But
Right.
having that physical, like like you said, to be able to look at it, check out the artwork. So the artwork is pretty cool. Who came up with that?
As a collaboration, it's definitely homage to the Detroit scene. We
Yeah,
got a bunch of stuff in there that calls out to it. Floating Fago bottles and Detroit Free Press,
right.
and a bunch of other stuff in there. Did a little shout out to my family in there too. My mom loved butterflies, so there's some butterflies flying over some toxic waste, and my dad raised beagles, for rabbit hunting.
Yeah.
So I got a beagle in there next to a guy testing some radioactive materials, and yeah, the alligator on there. That was kind of a joke. My drummer, he was listening to one of the songs and he's like, "What are you talking about, Julio?" I don't say nothing about no Julio, and he's like, "I guess that's our mascot's name. We'll make him the alligator."
Julio. Nice. Oh man, that's crazy. So we kind of touched on a
What's
little.
up?
We touched a
We
little bit of.
we got a
Who's there?
visitor.
All right,
The
the
guy
other
that slick
guy.
made it.
All right, hey.
Of course,
That's Matt.
Hey Matt, what's going on, man?
because you have headphones on.
Well,
Yeah, I got headphones on because I can't hear this.
Okay.
Right, I figured flying solo, it didn't really matter.
Right.
But let me see
yes.
if you can hear this if I unplug it.
All right. Cool. Crazy. So I was gonna get into the kind of like the origin of you guys as far as being musicians. Who inspired you, Mike and Matt, to want to play music?
Matt,
Yeah.
who inspired you to play music? Like what bands, what groups, stuff like that?
Oh shit, man! I was a grunge kid, man.
Can you hear them at all?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like my I mean, I guess probably before grunge, like my first rock album as a kid was fucking Dookie, right?
Nice.
Before that, I was, living in Mount Clemens. I was into like rap, hip hop, old school gangster shit and whatever. And I heard Dookie, and for some reason that basket case did it for me. And then from there, I was just like, I gotta learn how to play guitar. I gotta fucking start listening to all this other stuff. And
Well, they listen to a lot of Eagles and Rolling Stones and stuff like that.
Cool.
Oh no, I didn't do anything fun like that because my mom had all the control of the music in the household when I was a kid, and she listened to like John Denver and Anne Murray. No thanks.
Yeah. Awesome. What was the very first concert that you guys went to?
What's the first concert you went to?
The first concert that I went to was The Prodigy with Meat Beat Manifesto opening for them.
Holy crap.
I think it was at St. Andrews.
That sounds aggressive.
Yeah.
It was. Like the whole floor turned into the pit that you think it would be when Smack My Bitch Up came on.
Nice.
Nice.
It was exactly what you would expect.
Awesome.
Yeah. First one, mine's like complete opposite. First one I went to was Pine Knob Blue Oyster Cult. I don't know who else was playing, but kind of snuck in with my sister. He's like, "Oh, I guess I have an extra ticket. If you want to come hang out, I guess you can." And then I just kept walking around and finding circles and hitting the doobie and kept passing it and kept finding different circles for different doobies.
Awesome. How old were you guys when you went to those concerts? Oh, can you hear me?
I
think I was like somewhere between 13 and 15.
Oh,
I think I was
shit.
15.
Nice. How
Yeah,
about you, Mike?
we're both right around 40, so that was a while ago.
Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. So, kind of on that same vein, like, so what was the very first album that you ever bought? Or it could have been gifted to you.
Man, the first album that I bought, it was a collective of albums because they had 12 CDs for a penny or something like that.
Yes.
And out of those, like the first ones was Offspring Smash, like some Weird Al Yankovic, like Death Row's Greatest Hits. There was like a bunch of them. I was like, "Ooh, that looks cool!" And you take a little stamp and you lick it and you stick it to the postcard and you mail it back. And then next thing you know, you owe them $7,000.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that I'm glad I was a minor at that time because they couldn't take me to court. So,
first album I bought was Smash by The Offspring.
Awesome. Very cool. That's fucking excellent. And so for a question for Matt, like, what was it about The Offspring that made you want to buy that album?
what made you want The Offspring as the album?
Well, like I said, I was like just starting to like transfer out of like the whole like gangster rap thing into like what the hell? Okay. Into like into I guess pop punk and grunge and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was about The Offspring. I just really liked the riffs, and when I first started listening to rock and metal, it was just always the guitars that got me. And in hindsight, I look at it and I go, oh yeah, those riffs actually, not too like complex or anything, but like they hit the spot.
Yeah.
as somebody who was just starting to cross over into that genre of music, it was, it was just, I had to have it.
Awesome.
It's definitely live and energetic and in your face music, that's for sure, especially when you're younger.
Yeah.
Helps put to words the thoughts that you're having,
Yep. Yeah.
I'm
for
with
sure.
you on that.
For sure. So we've got Jennifer and we've got Katie. So, Jennifer, can you hear us?
Yes.
Oh, hey.
Hey,
So,
can you hear me?
What up, Jen?
yeah. Hey, Jennifer.
Hey. I just wanted to comment and how much I appreciate hearing all the inspirations, because the first thing I noticed about Gutter Swamp when I heard them live was that it was all stuff that was easy for me to listen to. I'm not usually someone to listen to metal. Like, I'm kind of like, I don't know what they're saying. I don't get it,
Yeah.
but it was such a blend of inspiration of all the songs I know and familiar with. So it's easy for me to listen to.
Awesome.
And it made me come to realize that when it comes to heavy metal, they're geniuses, that they can think so fast and they can play the drums so fast and do those instruments so fast. And the way that Gutter Swamp, when they're all together, is you can tell that their timing is amazing, that they really play with each other and can hear each other
Yeah.
at the same time. I just wanted to say thank you guys. And those are great questions. I know who their inspiration is.
Awesome. Cool. So Jennifer, do you have any questions for those guys?
Thank you, Jen. That was awesome.
Yeah. My question is, what's the process look like when you guys are songwriting? Do you do it together? I just kind of like would love to be a fly on the wall, like when you guys put a song together, because it's always got some amazing sounds in it, like from the beginning to the end.
Oh, there you go. You're back. You were gone for a little bit. Did you get the question? I wonder if
I heard the beginning of it. I think it was
Okay.
regarding
What does it
process.
look like when you guys are writing a song together? Like to put your instruments together from like the scratch. Like what's it look like when you guys are putting a song together and you are writing it?
Putting a song together, how do we write? Lately, one of us come up with an idea, whether it's somebody with a guitar riff or me with some lyrics or just something like that. Aaron came across with Hell of a Week as he was having a bad week and he wanted to write a song about it. And I said, all right, well, what's something pissed off? And he just started chugging along.
Nice.
Bill jumped in on drums and then, all right, let's strap on and see where it goes. Then with our more recent songs, it's a similar thing. Is we'll just start playing something that somebody likes, or hey, I've been noodling with this a little bit, and then we just riff off of it and see where it goes. And I take my phone here and I record what it sounds like, then send it to everybody else after practice for us to dissect. 2 of this and 4 of that, or try 3 of this and 2 of that. And another cool thing about writing with this band is, even though I'm on vocals, it doesn't necessarily mean I have no say in what they're doing on guitars and drums. And likewise with my vocals. If they think I should try something else, and egos set aside, let's write some good music and let's have fun with it. I don't want to sit there and play a song I don't like, and I don't expect them to do the same. So it's a mutual respect and a trust that everybody's going to come up with some good stuff.
Awesome.
You got anything you want to add to that, Matt? Sorry, I ran on about it a little bit.
I mean, we haven't really had a whole lot of chance to write a whole lot of stuff since I've joined. So, most of the stuff that everybody's heard is going to be what the process was under the old build anyway. So that's probably more relevant to what they're hearing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Come back at me on that one when we have the next album.
I can tell that they like what they're playing and that they love each other when I hear them play.
Very cool.
I heard them play live twice.
So Jennifer, a question for you is, along the lines of like first albums. What was your first album that you bought?
Well, my first album I ever liked was Donna Summer.
Nice.
The one where she's standing on the building in New York City, or sitting on it.
Yeah.
and I'd spin around in circles. I love disco, and I hear some funk and disco in Gutter Swamp, and I'm like, yeah,
Awesome.
like I'm crazy for Gutter Swamp, really.
That's fantastic. So we also have Katie. Katie, can you hear us?
As my wife.
Oh, all right. She's muted. So, hey, Katie. All right.
Probably giving the baby a bath or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, she just chatted. She can hear us, but she's muted. So, all right. Yeah, she's putting the baby down, Mike. So just excellent. So
What is Chuck Marshall's favorite first album?
oh, what was my first album? So my very first. I'll answer that question twice. Very first album I ever bought was Elton John's "Goodbye Yellow Brick Road," because I loved Elton John when I was a kid. I think I was 12 maybe, and then the very first heavy album I got into was Kiss Alive. I heard Kiss Alive when I was in 6th grade and immediately became a Kiss fan, listened to the Kiss Army, enrolled. I was like, had the posters all over in the house and everything. My mom thought I was crazy. Like, what is this demon in the house? Why? But they were cool about it. They were all, they encouraged the music. So that was fun. But yeah, those were my first albums. So if you guys could go have a beer or whatever you like to drink with anybody, it could be a musical idol, could be historical idol, whatever, or current living person, doesn't have to be dead or alive. But who would you like to go sit down and have a beer with? So Mike.
I'll hand it off to Matt first.
All right.
Alive or dead, who's the one person you'd want to sit with and have a beer with or have a chat with?
Well, like I said, I was a huge Alice in Chains fan back in the day. So if I have an opportunity like that, I'd take a beer with Lane Staley.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, I would too. How about you, Mike? Oh, Mike, we lost you there for a bit. So what was your answer?
I said I would have to sales pitch Elon Musk.
Awesome.
I'd want to see some like horrible B-rated gutter swamp and space movies.
That'd be awesome. Oh my God. Jennifer, how about you?
Who would Gutter Swamp like to like what song do you want to be remembered for? That's my next question.
Awesome.
What song would you guys like to be remembered for? I'm frozen.
There you go.
What song would you like to be remembered for?
Well,
is it one that we've written already or?
Yeah.
For me, I have to say that because I wasn't involved with the writing of any of the stuff on the first album, I can't say anything on that one other than it's probably not written yet. But
well, maybe just a play on that one. What's your favorite one to play?
Yeah, it's your favorite one to play out of our set.
Oh shit! Yeah, let me look at the list.
We'll go over to the list.
Dive Bar.
Oh yeah,
it's super fun to me.
Dive Bar Rockstar. That's a fun one. That's for sure.
Awesome.
Got more of a swing to it. Try to incorporate that 80s rock in that,
Yeah, for sure. How about you, Mike? Which one do you want to be most known for, or what is your favorite?
Out of our set, it's Funky Town Road.
And that would have been my second.
Awesome.
Yeah, that one's our crown jewel. I think it has the most twists and turns, and it's most roller coaster-esque.
Yeah, very
and
dynamic song.
Yeah, very dynamic.
It does.
Jumping a lot back and forth with the vocals and harmonicas in there a lot as well. There's a fake ending at the song, and it's the one that we play at the end of the set. makes everybody jump around and dance around and gets a lot of crowd reaction. But as of now, that's the one. But I don't think that that's our peak. I think we got a lot of creativity in the chamber, and we're just barely scratching the top of it. So our sophomore album, I expect.
So,
Hello.
yeah, you cut out there a little bit, Mike. So you were talking about like the second album. So yeah. So what were you saying about the second album? You're thinking it'll be more what?
Yeah, I think that it'll eclipse the first one
Nice.
with the creativity that we're coming through with this, and then just keep going from there, keep writing better material and more diverse material.
Awesome. So are you guys actually when you I got to imagine that you're incorporating some of that into your set now. Do you got new tunes that are rolling out into the shows?
No new tunes with this set coming up. With this one, we're just sticking straight to the album. That way, stay true to the album release. Just
Yeah.
get all that out there. No filler, no cover tunes, nothing like that. It's all originals.
Nice.
With the party itself, we got 4 other bands playing, and we'll be classic style heading out the night. At the end of the night, we'll come on.
Nice.
Stage set wise, we got it planned to have it look pretty swampy out there. Gonna try to keep it to where it's more festive, not just
Yeah.
5 bands on a stage throughout the night, and get up there in between sets and razz the crowd a little bit and have a good time with it,
Right. Have some fun with it. Make it a show.
Definitely.
Awesome. So as far as like the where was I going with that? The name Gutter Swamp. How did you guys come up with that? Who came up with that name?
We were trying to. He's asking about how the name of the band came
Yeah.
up. With that, we just started jamming out songs and like carving out songs without having a name for the band. And oh, okay, we got it. And then it just fell out in description. So we got the little like 10-word description of the band, so grimy it's gutter, so slimy it's swamp. And it just fell out, and there we go.
Awesome. So we might have touched on this a little bit as far as like when you were talking about first concerts. But if you guys could play anywhere in the world, where would you like to play, and who would you like to play with, like another band?
You play anywhere in the world and with any other band, who would it be and where?
Jeez. Feel the first one.
I just watched the movie a little bit ago, so it's fresh in my head, but I'd want to go back to the CBGB days.
Yeah.
Where that was like wall to wall packed, 7 days a week, get in there.
Yeah.
Like I would love to get up there with any of the regulars from any of the nights, just to be a fly on the wall. If I was able to, help them swap gear in the middle of songs, I'd have been happy at that point,
Awesome. That sounds great.
I've just always wanted to fucking go to Australia. I've never been outside of the country other than to Canada.
Yeah.
And Australia seems so weird with all the wildlife that wants to kill you.
That's true.
And shit.
Right.
I don't know where.
What's that huge place where all the orchestras play in Sydney, Australia, or
I
something?
think it's in Sydney, yeah. The orchestra,
right.
Yeah, I think it's in Sydney.
So that would be pretty rad. And what I want to play with, I've already played with a lot of I've already shared a stage with a lot of bands that I admire, just opening for various projects here and there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, I think we lost you again, Mike. Are you there?
That would be rowdy.
Songs that we're writing.
Yeah,
I'm there.
I've definitely got a lot of Tool influence in me, and
Nice.
Can you hear me now?
Yep. Yeah. So Tool. Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
yeah. And Tool in Australia, that just seems like a mind warping show.
It does.
It's real to be there, and then to have those crazy assholes.
We gotta have the Scorpions play too.
Right.
Oh, sure. Why?
Now that would be a crazy lineup right there. Oh my God. That's awesome. So as far as so you got the album release coming up this weekend, but what do you got going on for the summer? What's the plans for the band?
This summer we got a gig out in Lansing at the Music Box. What else we got going on? We got Bay City.
Nice.
We got a gig out in Bay City. That's like 7 different bands playing from like 3 to 10, all ages. It's like a rock and rummage type deal, art show.
Awesome.
So that'll be cool as well. And we just booked a show at Harpo's at the end of July with
Holy
the
shit.
the new metal. What is it? New Metal Makeover Tour. Or
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
with Hep PE and
Head PE, Edema, Flaw, and Crazy Town.
nice. That'll be cool.
Yeah, that'll be really cool. That's our first time with this gig.
Cool.
Rose again.
It must be this goddamn storm. It's nearer than I can figure.
That's exactly it.
It's fucking with us.
That I'm sitting here in a freaking garage.
So, do you guys have any before you do it could be before practice, but before a gig, do you have any kind of rituals you have to do, things you got to get yourself psyched up for?
Any pre-gig rituals?
Not really, just kind of and so straight was on me, and that's about all I got. Beyond that, I just start knocking back enough brews to take the edge off a little bit, and then,
Nice.
And then get up there and play, and as it breaks, then it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, with me it's the seven bean burritos from Taco Bell. I do that before every show. No, not really. You guys would hate me.
Yeah.
But the Monster coffee drinks.
Yeah.
I like that about 10-15 minutes before stage. It kind of coats the throat and it gives me a little pep.
Yeah.
And then I also cough drops. I like having those like even right before I go on stage. That helps with the throat as well. And then I learned it from watching a Lamb of God documentary where Randy does jumping jacks and grunts his ABCs.
Oh yeah.
And I do that along with a little bit of minor stretching.
Nice.
But it's getting the throat warmed up and then getting the body stretched out. I like to move around a bunch on stage.
Yeah.
So
Excellent. Fantastic, man. Jennifer, do you have any other questions for these guys?
Can you tell us anything about your next album?
they want some info on the next album.
We have a whole 2 songs written for it.
Yeah, we got a couple songs for it already.
And they're not even really, really solid yet. They're just kind of more, these kind of ambiguous ideas that are kind of floating around in space, not quite ready to be locked down into something totally solid yet. Mostly there, but there's a couple things here and there that we still gotta hammer down on those, I think. And then beyond that, it's just kind of we're gonna once we get some time to do it, sit around and jam out some shit and see what happens.
Nice.
Is it hard to get everybody together?
Yeah, it's hard to get everybody together. Everybody's got families. Everybody's got full-time jobs. We do have one day a week that we do set aside the evening to get together. And coincidentally on Wednesdays,
Nice.
we get together and we give ourselves a couple hours. And throughout the week, we got a group chat that we go back and forth, and we share a bunch of stuff there as well. That way, when we come in on practice, we're all on the same page already. So even though we do like to give each other the updates and what's going on, we don't really have to deep dive into every little thing and burn an hour at a time right there.
Yeah.
Right, good.
Right. New album. There's more distinct influences in these songs, where the first album, there were, well, this riff kind of sounds like that, and that riff kind of sounds like that. And, we're just writing out of the pocket for that. With this one, it's like, oh, wow, this has a really good clutch groove to it. Well, let's dig down into like the clutch influence for this song. Let's see where we can go with that. And not necessarily trying to copy it or emulate that style or anything, but just having more fun of it that way, treating it as a challenge and more of an experiment, and just being more creative that way.
That's cool. That sounds like that would be fun, because then you can kind of like really dig into, like, if you really want to pursue a particular like style, you can like dive into it. And I think it speaks to the diversity that you guys have, right? So that those diversity of styles within the members of the band kind of plays out, and so then you guys can have the freedom to kind of dig into those and have some fun with it.
Yeah. The
Cool.
first couple songs that we wrote, they were actually writing those faster than I could come up with titles for songs. So they were, what they gave the title of the song, that's what I wrote the lyrics about. So
That's a cool idea, because I've talked to a couple other bands when they're working on stuff, they're just calling riffs like just some kind of like name. It has nothing to do with the how it pans out at the end. Do you guys? So it sounds like you guys kind of do the same thing, where it's like it's the big boy riff over here, or
yep.
the baby Huey on this one, or whatever. Awesome. Jennifer, did you have any other questions for these guys?
Tell me more about Julio. What is it? What is he like? The mascot. What's his personality like?
Oh, there you go.
All right.
There you go. You're back. All right. Did you get the question?
No, that's where you could put a commercial though.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll be editing it and putting it together. Hopefully it all sounds good at the end.
Oh, fingers crossed, man. You got your work cut out for you with it.
Did you get that question? The last one?
No, not at all.
Okay. Go ahead, Jennifer.
Tell us more about Julio. And do you have
More
a
about
song
Julio?
about Julio? Yeah, do you have a song of him?
We'll eventually make a song titled "The Ballad of Julio" or something. But
All right.
Bill, the drummer, thought that in the second verse of "Funky Town Road" that I was singing about Julio. So that's where that came into play.
Oh.
Just a misheard lyric that just grew its own identity.
I love that. I love that is now the mascot for the band.
Yep.
Awesome.
Did you see the shirts that we came out with too?
Yeah.
Yeah, on the front of it says "Ask me about my gator," and then you tip the shirt up on the inside to where it goes over your head, and there's the alligator mouth on the inside of the shirt.
Yeah, that is super cool.
Did that just to keep with the theme of having fun with everything, not trying to be too serious. Made sure they were green shirts instead of the typical black shirts,
Yep. Yeah. Hell yeah. And it works with the Gutter Swamp theme, right?
Yep, definitely. Yeah. And St. Patrick's Day that just passed, having green shirts helped.
Yeah, hell yeah. You can break it out anytime.
That's right. Multi-occasional.
Right. Well, guys, I really appreciate you being on Fans with Bands. Jen, thanks for being on Fans with Bands. I just have one last question. somewhat controversial, so hopefully it's not going to kill the band, but and Jen, you'll have to answer as well. Pineapple or no pineapple on pizza?
Pineapple or no pineapple on pizza?
I mean, I prefer not, but it's a Hawaiian pizza. It has pineapple, so I'd rather not have a Hawaiian pizza. But like, if that's what they're, you know, I worked at a pizza place where, you know, I was making the kind of money where you ate what didn't make its way out the door sometimes. And if it was a Hawaiian pizza, then well, you know, you eat a fucking Hawaiian because otherwise you don't eat that day, you know. So you know, I'd rather not, but
Right.
Know,
All right.
not the
Pineapple definitely goes on pizza.
But would you get it on pizza?
Yeah, always.
Oh yeah. All right. Cool. All
Yeah.
right. All right. Awesome.
Got to get barbecue sauce instead of the pizza sauce, and then use the mozzarella cheese with pineapples and chicken and mushrooms.
Nice. Oh, that's a good combo because a lot of times I hear pineapple with jalapenos. So
That's good too.
oh, all right. Cool.
Yep.
Jen,
4
how about you?
years, Hungry Howie's. I worked for Hungry Howie's for 4 years, so
Excellent.
heard all the combos.
Jen, how about you?
I'll take mine on the side, please. Don't put pineapple on my
Jen's
pizza.
with you.
I love pineapple. Don't wreck it with pizza, though.
I'm with
I
you.
don't put the pineapple in there. Even if I pick it up, I got pineapple juice on my pizza now.
Yeah, I know. It ruins it, right? Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you, Jen. I'm like, no. And it looks like Mike, you're in line with your wife, so there's no divorce happening because she's with
Correct.
pineapple as well. Excellent.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you again so much for being on Fans with Bands. Really appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for having
All
us.
right.
Bye.
Thank you, Chuck Marshall. It's great. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Thanks a lot, guys.
Later.
All right. Thanks to Mike, Matt, Katie, and Jennifer for joining me on this episode of Fans with Bands. Connection issues be damned, we still had a fun time talking with the guys in Gutter Swamp about their new debut album full of heavy metal grooves. You can catch Gutter Swamp at the Lodge in Bay City on June 25th and Harpo's in Detroit on July 23rd. See the show notes for all the details and links. These are tough times for everyone in the creative industries such as music. Your support of live streaming, purchasing music, and merchandise is critical. If you can help out your local artists, please do. If you are in the Michigan area, consider following the Playing in the Detroit Area Tonight Facebook page. It is a place for fans and bands to support each other and share our combined love of music. Thank you all so much for listening. Be sure to hit subscribe on your favorite podcast service to get each and every episode of Fans with Bands. Spread the word by rating the show and leaving a comment. We want to hear what you think. You can keep in touch by following us on social media. This is a Life in Michigan production. Until next time, be well and kick out the jams.